I'm not gonna title this video, "Is it too late to start a YouTube channel in 2021?" Because it's never too late. What a wonderful world. How you doing? It's your chica Deborah coming for con otro video. Okay, that was a little too serious, but here I am with another video, and today's video is about how to start a YouTube channel in 2021. I don't even know what this was for, but I'm gonna give you guys some advice and some tips that I have learned over a year, a little bit over a year, because September I hit a year and it is now December. So it's been a little over a year that I've had my YouTube channel. I've had it since September of 2019. It's crazy, bro. Now, yes, I haven't, grown so much like other people have. Like they get like 100K in 1 year. I haven't grown that much, but because I haven't uploaded as much this year, I barely uploaded. But enough babbling. Enough rambling, and let's get on with the video. All right, first thing I want to talk about is equipment. So of course, when it comes to having a YouTube channel, the first thing you need, the key thing that you need, is some sort of camera. And I'm not talking about like a DSLR or something like that. I'm talking about just a camera, something you can film with. Now me, I actually use my phone to film. So if you guys don't have a camera, hey, just use your phone if you have good quality or something. Before, when I first started my channel, I used to use my mom's iPhone 6, but then I got this Pixel and now I use this to film. And I am saving up for a camera, which is the Canon M50. If you guys are wondering, I've done all my research, and right now that's the camera that I want. It may change from a year from now, but let's say if I have the money now, I'm not gonna pull the trigger of actually getting it until I see that I actually really do need it, Because right now I'm okay with filming with my phone, so I don't want to drop a lot of money on a camera if it's not a necessity. You could also even use a camcorder, I think it is, where you put it on top of the computers, the PCs. You could use one of those. Or if you have a computer like an iMac or a MacBook or a MacBook Air or a Pro, you could use the camera for that. Because something I learned is that you don't need to have everything in the beginning. You don't really know. I've always wanted to start a YouTube channel, I think since I took interest in the beginning of 2018. And the reason why I didn't start to the ending of 2019 is because I thought I had to have everything. I thought I had to have a camera, tripod, lighting, everything. And that's why I decided to never actually start it. And then I was just like, bro, just pick up your phone and start filming. So I did. Okay, but now let's talk tripods. The tripod that I'm filming on right now is the Amazon Basics 50-inch, I believe. Since most of the time when I use this tripod, it's because I'm doing a sit down. So there was a 60-inch one, but I didn't really need that because this is a perfect length. It's fine for me. I will try to find everything and then I'll link it down below for you guys. Another tripod that I have is my handheld one, which you might have seen in my other previous videos, and it's this tripod. It's the Photo Pro UFO 2. Again, I'm going to try to link it down below. And it also came with this phone holder thing. And this tripod also came with a phone holder, so that's the one I'm using right now. Alright, now let's talk lighting. You don't need to buy something expensive for lighting. You don't need a ring light or anything like that. Just use daylight. And right now, since it's pretty dark outside, because daylight savings, all I'm using is my light and then the Christmas lights that I have around. But I do, whenever I need it, I do have this newer 18-inch ring light, and I got it soon in my YouTube career because I found a sale on it, which was only $33. And now when I look on Amazon, it's like $100. So I looked for it at the right time. But if you are looking for a ring light, I would 10 out of 10 recommend that one. But the bad thing is for me is that since I have glasses, you can see the glare of it. So for me, it's either with the glare or just go completely blind. Okay, now for audio. For audio, I did get this Movo microphone thing, which is kind of like a dupe for, what's it called? The Rode Video Micro, I think it's called, or something like that. And in my opinion, it's just as good. I read a lot of reviews for it before I bought it. They were saying that it was practically the same thing and it's like way cheaper. But the bad thing is that I can't use it with my phone because the input thing where you're supposed to put it on your phone is like this. It's like a headphone jack, but a Pixel doesn't have it, so it sucks. And same thing goes for Apple, how they don't have it. But of course, they have, what is those called? The adapters, but we don't, so I can't really use the mic. But this is how it looks like. This is the mic. It's just mini like that, how exactly how the Rode one is. and then with a little fur ball thing to block off the wind and stuff. And this one also came with a phone holder. So what you do is you put your phone right here, you just twist it up, and then you can put your phone right there. And then this thing is like a tripod too, practically. But if you don't want it to be this small, you could just attach your regular tripod like that. And then the way you attach the mic is you put it like this, and then you attach it to the top of this thing. That's how it looked like. Honestly, the audio for my Pixel is not that bad. You just gotta speak up, honestly, and I'm still working on that because sometimes when I'm filming clips, I find myself whispering and I don't know why. Try to project your voice, and you might not even need a mic because your voice is already so strong. And hey, if you wanna film outside, look at the weather. If it's gonna be windy, well then just don't film because all you're gonna hear is the wind. But if it's not windy, if it's sunny outside, go ahead and take advantage and film outside. Now that's all I had to say for equipment. Now let's move on to the next tip. Next up is editing. The first year for YouTube, I don't remember when I got the iMac. I forgot when, but I do know that it was like during fall. I do know that, and I also did an unboxing for it, so I'm gonna check the date on that. But before I had the iMac, I used to use this 10-year-old MacBook Pro. You see, it's really old. It's thick, so that's how you know it's old. It even has the CD input and the SD card input, so that's how you know it's really old. But it was super slow, and I used iMovie to edit. But before the MacBook, I used to just edit on my phone. Yeah, on my phone. So that's how you know that my editing was very bad. Not only was I just starting off, but I had very limiting stuff to try to work with, so my music was so cringy, and I'm still working on the music, and just the rough cutting, the trimming and all that stuff and all the overlays that I like to do now weren't there. It was missing that. And the apps that I used to use was InShot, and before InShot I used to use UCut. And the reason why is I had to use those apps is because I have an Android, but if you do have an iPhone, you could always just use iMovie, because I do know that iPhones have iMovie too. But again, I am so blessed to be able to have this amazing blessing, which is the iMac, and I am so happy and grateful that I got it, because it's made my editing life so much easier. It doesn't lag like the MacBook did, and it's so much easier to have it on a bigger screen than on the little tiny phone like that is what, 6 inches. But a tip that I've learned is that when you think you finished editing your video, play the video and try to sit through it, and if you find yourself like grabbing your phone or just looking around, that means that if you find your video boring, everyone else is gonna find your video boring. So try to find a way to spice it up. Maybe add some overlay, some effects, music, maybe trim out parts that people don't really have to see. And if you guys want to see how I edit my YouTube videos, I would love to do that for you guys. It's not a problem with me, so if you guys want me to do that, just comment down below. When it comes to music, because that's part of editing, I used to use the no copyright music on YouTube, and most of the time when it says non-copyright, when you look it up on YouTube, it's copyrighted, which sucks, because it sucks that people lie to you, or that just the music stuff is changing so fast that music is getting copyrighted, and it sucks for the YouTube creator world because we're getting copyrighted. So a really nice platform that you can use their music for free and you won't get copyrighted is Thematic. That's the platform that I'm using for my music right now, so I would 10 out of 10 recommend it because it's free, it's easy to download, and you just add it on to your video. Now let's talk about thumbnails. You can have the best, most funnest, most greatest, most educationalist video ever, but if your thumbnail sucks, no one's gonna watch your video because your thumbnail is the one that is drawing people into your video. Now, if you compare this thumbnail to this thumbnail, which one would you click on? Even though they're two separate videos, which one would you click on to watch? I for sure know that I would click on this one because that is an amateur thumbnail, and that was one of my first thumbnails. And hey, I'm kind of being rough on myself, but I was just learning, and it's okay, because in the beginning your thumbnails or your editing is not going to be perfect, and no one is still perfect at editing. They still have some flaws, stuff they can fix, so don't feel bad if you think that your thumbnails are really bad. Okay, it's like people judge a book by its cover, so people judge a video by its thumbnail. So if a thumbnail is very like messy, or if the thumbnail is very dark, then they're gonna think that the lighting is horrible, and that maybe the video is very not good, you know? But you do see where I'm going, right? Like, the only people that I've seen that have been able to get away with just a screen capture from their video is like big YouTubers, like really big YouTubers, like millions of subscribers YouTubers. But when it comes to us small YouTubers, we need to put the most hardest work in it because we don't have that much of an audience. So our thumbnails are the ones that are bringing people in. Okay, moving on to the next tip. We've covered equipment, we've covered editing, and now it's time to talk about uploading. All right, so once you have your video edited, you have it saved to your files and everything, you go into YouTube and then you put create and then you put upload video. Now this is the part where you add that video to your playlist, where you make your bio, you make your title, you add your tags, you put your thumbnail on there. And this is the most crucial part. This is the part that you have to probably, every part you have to try the hardest, but this one you have to try a little bit harder. Okay, when it comes to your bio, you have to try on your bio. Try to make a bio. Like me, if you look down on my bio, it's kind of the same. I have my thing where it says subscribe, and then it says my Instagram, my Spotify, and then I have Bear's Instagram on there. And I have a lot of stuff down there. So you really want to try on your bio. Now, once you have the video uploaded on YouTube Studio, I think you have an option. I think it's called end screen. You need to put an end screen. I forgot to say that on the editing portion, which is you don't need to, but you might want to add like an end screen slate, because once you upload the video into YouTube, you'll be able to add some end screen stuff, which is where you put your video or where you put a playlist, or it's your profile picture, and then when you click on it, it says subscribe. I'll show you guys a picture right here if I'm just confusing you, and maybe you'll see it more clearly. Now, just like your bio, another crucial part is your title, because that's what people look at. People look at your thumbnail and they look at your title. So you have to try very hard on what you're gonna do with your title. Now, a thing to help you make your title is your tags. Now, what I use to make my keyword research and my tag research is TubeBuddy. I 10 out of 10 recommend them. You could rank on search, and that's how you get found by other people. Now, I won't touch in too much about the keyword stuff because I'm not an expert at it. There's plenty of other YouTubers that have a lot to say about it, so go watch them after you finish watching this video. This is more of like not an expert at YouTube type a video. And I will link down below the link for where you can get TubeBuddy. It's free. It's literally free. I myself have the free license. I actually won one of their giveaways for December, which is a free month of having the star license. And then after that, I'm going back to the free, but I am trying to see if I can get the star one, like pay for it, because I actually really like it, but we'll see. All right, now on to the next topic. All right, so now that what I just talked about previously was more of like the process of posting a video. From now on, I'm just gonna say like some tips and some advice that I have for you. All right, let's talk consistency. Now, this is something I lacked of in 2020. I was very much of a procrastinator, and I really did not feel like filming a lot, and that impacted because I feel like if I would have filmed maybe even once a week, I would have grown more than I have right now. So that goes to show that consistency is key. Okay, now I'm gonna talk to you guys about the mistakes that I have made and that I've learned from in the year that I've been doing YouTube. When I was starting off, it was in December, I think it was December, January, I'm not really 100% sure. I saw a video on my recommended, and it said how to gain your first 100 subs in a week. And in December, I had 30 something subscribers, I think it was, and I had already been doing YouTube since September. So then I was like, hey, I'll watch this. Maybe I find something that'll work and help me to get to 100 subs. The video title, it was 5 tips to get 100 subs in a week. And then in one of the tips, the girl said that on Instagram, you should DM people, like you would put hashtag sub for sub. You see where I'm going? Yeah, you see where I'm going, but hold on a second. You put like hashtag sub for sub and all that stuff. And then whoever was on there, you would DM that people and tell them, hey, if you subscribe to me, I'll subscribe to you back. Or I'll subscribe to you, but you have to subscribe to me. And I did that. I'm gonna be honest with you, I did. And I'm not proud of that at all. But the thing is, me being the newbie YouTuber that I was, and right now I'm not an expert, but I know more now, and I know things that you shouldn't do and stuff that it's okay, But then again, me being the newbie YouTuber that I was at the time, I trusted that one person. That brings me into one of the tips. I'm gonna hold on with the one that I was telling you, but do your research, okay? Do not trust just one person. Like, do not trust me. Like, of course trust me, but like, you want to back up what I'm trying to say, you know? It's like, you look at other people's videos. There's other channels that are dedicated to YouTube growth and all that stuff, and keep in mind that this video is on more of like a not an expert of YouTube but knows a little bit of YouTube point of view. But yes, I do recommend doing your research. It'll help you in the long run. It'll consume time, but it'll help you a lot. Anyways, back to the tip that I was gonna tell you. So where was I? Okay, yeah, so I did all of that stuff, but then I met a girl that is now one of my closest YouTube friends, and she had said not to do that sub for sub stuff because it was like really bad. It could impact your channel in a bad way, not a good way. YouTube could literally delete your channel for doing sub for sub. So I learned my lesson to not do sub for sub. So I'm here telling you, whatever someone maybe told you in a previous video that you watched or something, that it's okay to do sub for sub, it is not okay. You can even read the YouTube guidelines and it is not okay to do that. So please do yourself a favor and do not do that sub for sub. All right, next thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is marketing. The way you're gonna get people to click on your videos or like find you is by marketing. If you have an Instagram, share your YouTube channel on your Instagram or on your Snapchat if you have a lot of friends. And also another thing that I want to talk about, which kind of has to do with the marketing stuff, share your channel with your family and your friends, because if it makes you happy, who cares what other people think? Who cares if your friends will make fun of you or anything? Because if you think about it, if they make fun of you, they're not your real friends, because your real friends would support you in anything you want to do. If they see that it makes you happy, why wouldn't they support you? Why wouldn't they want to be happy for you? Honestly, that's how you can find out if you have fake friends or not. Yeah, get rid of them fake snakes. Kick them to the curb. So I started my channel in September, like I said, and I didn't tell my friends or anyone until January. The only people that knew that I had a channel was my family. I was really dumb about it because I thought that they were gonna make fun of me, because that was before the pandemic, because that was in 2019 to 2020, the beginning of 2020. I thought I was gonna get ignored in school and made fun of and probably even bullied and all that stuff. You're not that special, sweetheart. I ended up like proved wrong, and they were literally so supportive, and I really appreciate being able to have friends like that. And hey, you don't know, like probably those friends will subscribe to you, and share it with your family, because I know that my number one supporter has always been my mom, and those views that I have in all those first videos, they have to be from her and or from my sister, because there's no way someone would want to watch how not to make butter slime. I'm not even gonna put it anywhere in the iCard, and never. I'm not gonna market that video because that was such a bad video, but I don't want to delete it because I want to show you guys that nobody's perfect in the beginning. You're gonna grow, so don't feel bad if you don't compare yourself to someone that has thousands of subscribers. That's very bad and that's very toxic. And also, one short thing, don't get wrapped up in your analytics and all that stuff. All right, my second to last tip, advice thing that is do not do this is don't copy other people, don't copy other YouTubers. Nobody wants to see a copy cutter, honestly. Nobody wants to subscribe to someone like that. There wasn't a David Dobrik until David Dobrik, right? And there wasn't Eliza Koshy until there was Eliza Koshy. There wasn't an Abraham Lincoln until there was an Abraham Lincoln. Even though he's not a YouTuber, he's dead, bro. No, but you see what I mean? Be your own person. You do not want to be known as a copycatter, and you won't even be known because people would rather see the original person rather than the copycatter. Now for the last tip I have for you guys is just to be yourself, have fun. Remember, you're doing this for your passion. Remember, you're doing this because you want to do this. So just be yourself, because your subscribers love to see that you're being yourself. And I know that in the beginning it's very hard to film yourself, be in front of a camera talking to it, because nobody's in here, which means you're practically talking to yourself, right? And I know that's awkward. Like I said, just be yourself, and number one, just have fun, because again, it's for the passion. Anyways, I hope this video was helpful. I truly did give you guys the tips and advice that were coming from my heart, what I really wanted to tell you guys, and the stuff I wish I knew when I started my YouTube channel. So I hope that this helps you. But anyways, if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell. So I'll see you in my next video. Adios!